What up, what up, what up, y'all? This is Mike, the philosopher, here with another one. This one, oh my goodness, Ready to Love. All right. And this is, I guess, the last until we hit the reunion. I think we got one more before we hit the reunion. I think they got to, you know, do the whole dedication, go to their people and tell them about themselves, or if they're going to stay ready to love, or if they're going to, move on, whatever the case may be. All that being said, without further ado, let's go in. All right, now you got Lee and Quentin, right? And Lee met up with Quentin and his cousin, and his cousin seemed to like Lee. His cousin really seemed to like Lee. He thought she was attractive, okay, gorgeous, right? And it's around this time I started to get a new theory on Quentin, okay? Now, what I'm starting to figure out about Quentin, and it could be a couple things, but my first theory is Quentin is a colorist. Okay. I think Quentin is probably a colorist. And the reason I say that is because I think that he is not necessarily attracted to Lee in the same way he is attracted to Janelle. When using adjectives to describe Lee, he says stuff like, she's sweet, she's nice, she's kind. When he says stuff about Janelle, it's she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, I can't take my eyes off of her. Stuff like that. Now, to most people, Janelle is not more beautiful than Lee. Now, listen. Attractiveness is all, relative. It's the eye of the beholder, whoever looks at. But at this stage in the game, I am starting to think that Quentin probably could be a colorist. Okay. I don't think he wants chocolate babies with coarse hair. Okay. Now, some might say, Mike, that's ridiculous. He's connected to Lee. Yeah, well, he should be connected to Lee because Lee has the most in common with him. But he don't look at Lee the same way he look at Janelle. He just don't. And Janelle, other than Sierra, probably the brightest chick on the show. Now, some might say, well, why didn't he go after Sierra? Well, I just don't think I don't think he mentally matched up with Sierra. I don't think Sierra was giving anybody any type of vibes or rhythm. Part of me feels like I said before, I think the woman is sideways, attracted to women. I just think that, and I'm not saying she's not attracted to guys. I'm just saying Sierra she just took me as, someone who's, possibly bi. Okay. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I don't think she was giving Quentin a rhythm is my point. All right. And I don't think she was really trying to connect with anybody. So I think if she would have gave Quentin the same type of rhythm, I think Quentin would have probably investigated that a little bit more. But Quentin takes me as the type of guy who can only focus on one or two women at a time, and he can really only focus on one woman at a time. And that was Janelle. Janelle had his ear. Janelle she's the brighter skin. She got the smile. She got the gift of gab. And all of that just took Quentin I just think that a part of me feels like he's probably a colorist. Okay. One thing about Lee is that you got to go get her. Okay. You can't expect her to even meet you halfway. She'll give you clues, she'll drop, you know, breadcrumbs on what to do and how to find her, but she's not going to meet you halfway. You got to come find her. All right. And Quentin is not that type of guy to, kind of go after her like that. So, that was probably one of my biggest takeaways because, like I said, Janelle is not the kindest woman. She's not the sweetest, woman in the world. And why are you, why? Another thing is Janelle has psychology. She got game. She can talk to men. And she preys on men with that weak mentality. I'll just put it like that. I mean, and that's what Quentin has. He has a I wouldn't call it a weak mentality. I would probably call it more of um a vulnerable mentality or susceptible to game mentality, and she's older, so she probably knows how to play Quentin. And I think that's where their connection is really coming from, is psychology, you know. The height, the only the closest Quentin got to complimenting Lee is on her dress. He said, "Oh, you should have seen this red dress she had on." But rarely, if ever, do I hear him say that she is beautiful, gorgeous. Now, mind you, he did say she was beautiful and gorgeous, but that was only after she questioned him. Okay? Lee questioned Quentin. "I hope you think I'm gorgeous." He was like, "Yeah, you're gorgeous. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous. You know, everybody knows that," or something to that effect. But he don't never say that in his confessional. See, in the confessional, that's where most of the truth comes out. So, I'm starting to suspect the guy is possibly a colorist. That's just one of my hypotheses, I'll put it that way, about Quentin. And that was my biggest takeaway about when Lee met his family. All right. Okay, so next up was Aries meeting Phil family. Aries, she is so worried about Phil's career. And Phil, if you're watching this, let me tell you something. Listen up close, Phil, because you're a cool guy. But listen up closely. Aries is not the one. All right? She's not the one. She's not going to be the one. She is she's beautiful. She's all of that. But let me tell you something about Aries. Aries is so cool and so mellow and so laid back that she don't want no problems. She don't want no stress. She don't want no drama. She don't want nothing to rock her boat. And my mentality on Aries has changed. Well, it hasn't really changed because I've been saying this the whole time. I don't trust Aries. She already has 2 divorces. Okay. And if you marry her, Phil, and you lose your job, she has no problem making it a third. Okay. She has no problem making it a third divorce. This is why I don't trust Aries. This is why I had her pretty low. Some people might have her up pretty high, but now as she keep questioning Phil, let me tell you what's going to happen. Because life ain't going to always be perfect, okay? You're going to get a job. You're going to lose your job. She's going to look at you sideways. She's going to question you as a man. It's going to cause trauma. She's going to say, see, I knew I shouldn't have married this guy because I knew about his career. She told you this was a problem with her exes and she divorced them. She said, this is a problem with my past relationships. And she divorced those guys. What do you think she's going to do to you? What do you think she's going to do to you, Phil? Aries is not the one. I know a lot of people in love with this couple, and a lot of people feel like, you know, oh, they got such a romantic connection and they're the only one I believe in. I don't even believe in them. I'm going to just keep it real. I don't even believe in them. Aries is showing signs of a fair weather bride, okay? She only rock with you when the sun is out. She cannot stand the rain. Okay. Okay. Don't have me singing a New Edition up in here. All right. Aries cannot stand the rain. She is not wife material. She is what I thought she was. And it's starting to come out now. Now, some might say, what's wrong with a woman wanting a man to have job security and things like that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But to expect that to be a constant all the time, especially as a brother, especially as a black man, to expect certain things to be a constant all the time. Like, men like for women to cook meals and clean the house. But we can't expect that all the time, right? Women not going to do that all the time in the West. They're not going to do that all the time. So we give women breaks. Okay, you look, we only, we're willing to work with you. Cook during the weekday, take the weekend off. Okay, we'll order out or we'll go out somewhere. All right. Men can deal with women not giving us a constant all the time. Women can't deal with men not giving them a constant. They expect you to be, everything to be the same, working. Look, listen, like I said before, I can understand her wanting a man who is in. Here's what it is. You should be more worried about on how employable he is instead of first of all, you should check two things: his work ethic and if he has the capability of being employed. Okay. Now, I've seen some of the previews and it didn't make Phil look very good, because he said he could be a stand-up comedian and he tell a couple jokes. They said that those jokes turn into dollars. He said, nah, they don't turn into dollars. Wasn't the best look for Phil. So she's valid in kind of worrying about this. I mean, look, I know she don't want to be taking care of a man. I get that. But that's probably why Chris was saying, with Aries, if she really, she would probably have a better life with me. That's why Chris was saying that. He was trying to steal Aries away from Phil. And the thing is, She probably could. She probably could. She she sort of messed up her connection with Chris for the most part. Who knows? They probably talking after the show wrapped up. I wouldn't be surprised if I seen at the reunion Aries and Chris together. I really wouldn't. But Aries is shaky, okay? Because I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't trust her even if I'm a guy with a steady job, making steady money, this, that, and the third. I still wouldn't really trust her because she takes me as someone who needs a man to fill in a certain type of a gap. Maybe it's financial, maybe it's to be a stepdaddy to her kids, um, extra security for herself, but she don't want to take none of the she don't want to take any L's in doing that. And life doesn't work like that. You're going to have some flows, some ups and downs, some valleys, some peaks, okay? It's not going to always be so steady and so smooth. Yeah, everybody would love that. But for someone like her, she's proven that she's not wife material. She's girlfriend material. And then if you lose your job, y'all could just break up. Okay? That's fine. But this is why I said in episodes before, I don't think she's marriage material. And right now, it is coming to fruition, unfortunately. You know, I like Aries, but I don't like this fair weather lover stuff. You know, I'll be with you during the good times, but I'll divorce your ass in the bad times. Then why even contemplate marriage if that's the case? Okay, you designated yourself as a side chick, or you designated yourself as a girlfriend at most. But I'm not going to sign up and sign my life away to a woman who don't have no problem changing her mind, don't have no problem filing for a divorce because she can't stand the rain. No, thank you. Okay, I want to wife. My wife is going to be ride or die because I plan on getting married only one other time in my life. And she's going to be ride or die along with me because I'm going to be ride or die. Okay, so, and Aries is not that woman. She wants sunshine and rainbows. And as soon as clouds start rolling in, she got the paperwork ready. Nah. All right, so Phil, avoid Aries. She's not the one, bro. That's free advice, free game from Mike the Philosopher. All right. Next one came in is Jessica, and he meets Maurier cousin, Aquanetta. Now, I noticed that Aquanetta seemed a lot more reserved with Jessica. I mean, just first off the bat, meeting them, just putting eyes on them, she seemed a little off the bat reserved with Jessica, and just off the bat, off the rip, welcoming with Kat. I don't know what it was. Her energy was so much different when she met Kat. I mean, she was smiling and everything else, and she was just gleaming, almost like she wanted she wanted to date Kat. She seemed to be in love with Kat. I mean, Kat could do no wrong, but then again, Kat was more open-minded about a lot of stuff. Kat was, you know, Kat is gorgeous too. They both are gorgeous women. I can't take, you know, they're both gorgeous women. But I just noticed how his cousin was a lot more openly friendly or whatever to Kat than she was to Jessica. With Jessica, she was like, "Oh, we ain't go, you know, we protective about Maurier. We ain't, you know, we ain't gonna play no games, okay? We just not gonna play no games." And with Kat, she was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I like her, Maurier. I like her." I mean, just way more open-minded with Kat. I found that part a little bit interesting, you know. Um, and here's another thing I discovered. This is my takeaway from the Jessica and the Maurier meeting. Okay, my takeaway was they're not a match. They're not a match. Jessica wants kids. Maurier does not. That is a deal breaker. Okay. Jessica talks greasy about his religion. That should be a deal breaker. Okay. Jessica don't want to move to Africa. That should be a deal breaker. They got 3 huge reasons why they shouldn't even be trying to make this work. It shouldn't be about getting to the end of the show. You shouldn't be trying to make this work. You're on 2 different paths. Jessica, you got a corporate business here in the West. You don't want to move to no Africa. You want 3 kids, the white picket fence, the husband who you could be, toxic yet together with. And Maurier, you want an open-minded woman who wants to be free-spirited, go to Africa with you, be about the black power, and kids are optional. Okay? Y'all on 2 different paths. My takeaway from y'all is Maurier, Jessica, y'all need to break up. I don't necessarily, I can't really see Maurier with Kat, if I'm being honest. I can't really see Maurier with Kat. They just don't look like a good couple to me. So I don't even though look, Kat is she's like carbon. Okay. She's compatible with everything. Okay. She's compatible with everybody. I know that's a crazy analogy, but she's a carbon-based woman. Okay. She's interlockable, interchangeable with a lot of different men. Aesthetically, she don't look like a match with Maurier, but her personality practically blends with everybody. But I don't think that they're a good match. I don't. I don't think that they should. I just don't see them together. Okay, I just don't see them together. So that was my takeaway from the Jessica and Kat and Maurier situation. I'm not seeing no match with them either. All right. Next up, Janelle meets Quentin and his cousin. And listen, Janelle is a beautiful woman. I don't want to make it seem like she ugly or anything, because she's not. She's an attractive woman. She got a nice. I always said she had a beautiful face. She got a nice face. A little thick in the body, and that's okay. That's okay. A lot of guys like that. Let me tell you, in the winter, that's what you want. You know what I mean? You want to cuddle up to that body, because you're gonna stay warm a lot of cold nights. Okay, so that could be very attractive. One thing I noticed is that Quentin was just so ecstatic to have his cousin meet Janelle. And Janelle noticed it so much, she said he's giving her heart eyes or love eyes or something like that. And he was. He is just gushing and gushing over Janelle. Cousin thought she was cool too. He noticed that their chemistry was a little stronger than it was with Lee. But here's my takeaway from Quentin and Janelle. It's not a match. It's not a match. Okay, Quentin, stop playing. You want kids. You want your own kids. You're talking to a 41, now 42-year-old woman who has smacked into the wall. Okay. She is not going to have no 2 and 3 kids for you. She not. How bad you want it? How bad you want these kids? Lee is younger, and I believe she's willing to have kids, but she don't make you tingle. She don't give you hard eyes. She should, because she's just as good looking as Janelle is, but she got that chocolate shade that I don't think you like too much. Okay. I mean, listen, I'm just being real, y'all. I mean, put it in the comments if you think I'm off on that. I came to the conclusion I think Quentin is a colorist. Now, this probably is why Kira was questioning whether or not he liked white women. Okay. So it's a little more understandable where Kira was coming from now. He loves black women. He loves black women, but he loved light-skinned black women. Now, if I'm wrong on that, I'm gonna need somebody to show me his ex that is the same or darker shade of Lee. Because the ex that he showed, she was in between, she was about Jessica complexion, if I remember correctly. All right. I'm gonna need to see Quentin's ex, who is Lee shade or darker, for me to be convinced he's not a colorist. But it's looking like he is probably a colorist. He loves his black women because he's for the people, but at the same time, he like them lighter. Why? Because he's a darker guy. You know, so that's just my suspicion. Okay, I have no evidence to back this up. That's just my suspicion. So, you know, I took away that, listen, they don't need to be talking to each other. Janelle and Quentin, they don't need to be talking to each other. She's way too old for you. She's really being fake nice to you, okay? Because you are her main connection. And this is not a match. This is not a match. It is not a match. So I'm not sure why they even trying. Next up is, Aries and Phil, they go on a bike ride and they talk about, the problems that they have, and Aries again brings up this whole, are you poor, bro? I mean, she didn't say that, but she might as well say something similar to that. Are you poor, bro? Because I've been through this with a couple of my exes, and I'm not trying to go through this no more. Now, I know a lot of women would be like, hey, man, I don't blame her. I ain't taking care of no man or no, and all this other stuff. Again, it's a fair question to ask, but it just lets me know that Aries is not looking for love. And this is why Phil said, what is your real reason that you're here? he actually questioned that. What's the real reason you're here? For somebody else's finances. Now, Aries in software sales, so she got money. She got money. She probably getting child support for the boys. She pushing a Tesla. You know, she got some money. She just don't want to take care of no dude. That's supposed to be a man's job. Women who want, here's my thing. If you want a man to pay 100% of the bills, if I'm paying 100% of the bills, you staying home 100% and you taking care of me. I'm first priority, even over the kids. Yes, even over the kids. If I'm paying 100% of the bills, I want my house shoes at the door. I want my bath water ran or my shower getting ready. I want dinner on the table. I want massages when I want them. And I want something else when I want it. Okay? Put me to bed. If I'm paying 100% of the bills, that's what I want in my woman. I don't want you working. There's no need for you to work. If you are working, I'm not paying 100% of the bills. Period. Why should I? Why would I? You got money. You just want all of the responsibility on me so you can go in career and give all your energy to them so you can bank all your money. What am I getting out of that? I'm not getting nothing out of that. If I'm paying 100% of the bills, you're going to be taking care of me. Then you're going to take care of the kids if there are kids involved. Okay, daddy's always going to get the big piece of chicken. Okay, that's just how it's supposed to be. That's how it used to be. But if you got a career, then some things are off the table. Okay, you can't cater to me when I come home. I can live with that. You can't, make my bath water, this, that, and the third. I can live with that. Dinner might not even, be on the table every night. I'm gonna have to deal with that. But you're going to be paying some of these bills because you're out there working. You're going to have to make that up and paying some bills. You got to justify having a job and not catering to me. How you want to do it? We could do it either way. Those are the only two options, though. Those are the only two options. There is no third option where you get to work, make tons of money, and I still got to pay all the bills while getting no wifey treatment, no husband treatment from the wifey. That's hustling backwards. That's stupid. That is dumb. Okay. That is dumb. Why would any man sign up for that? And then you got the nerve to, not cook and pull out on the loving and claim you too tired and all this other stuff, and still not paying no bills. It's only two options, ladies. I pay 100% of the bills. You cater to me. You got a career and you making money. We split the bills. Those are the only two options. There is no third. Okay, those are the only two options. So, I don't know if they're gonna get this straight. That's when Phil started to say, what are you here for? What is really going on when they was on that bike ride? Like, this is how I know Aries is not built to be a long-term wife. I'm not buying it. I'm not even sure what you would get out of it. I'm not even sure what she's offering you. What is she offering you as a man? I don't see. She got a job, so she's going to be busy. She's not going to be able to cater to you. She got two boys who she will put ahead of you. What is she offering you as a woman? And listen, guys, we need to start asking these questions to women. What am I getting out of this? I see your direct benefits. You want me to have a stable career so I can help out with some of the bills. You want me to be a stable man so I can help raise your boys. You want me to be your protection provider. You want me to be all of these things, Superman. You get a whole bunch of benefits. What the hell do I get out of this? Please tell me. I don't want to hear no, I'm a good woman. Nah, it's not going to cut it. I need tangibles. Okay, give me tangibles. Give me something I can see, touch, taste, whatever. Give me something. Meals on the table. Okay, that's a start. That's basic, but that's a start. Loving when I want. That should be automatic. We both benefit from that. You ain't giving that. You giving that to me like I'm giving that to you. What else? Phil should ask, what am I getting out of this? Because women they don't even cross a lot of women's mind what they're going to offer their man. They just don't. That's why I don't think Aries is wifey material. Next up, next up is Jessica and Maurier. And Jessica took, she told Maurier that Chris cussed her out and everything. Maurier was, oh, you don't disrespect the woman. And yeah, he's right. Look, what Chris did was disrespectful. A part of me think he did that because he thought that would turn her on or something, because he said something about her being turned on, about being checked or something like that. So a part of me feel like he did that just to be overly dramatic, go out with a bang, try to turn Jessica on at the same time. It was all corny, all made for TV. Who knows? Maybe the producer even put him up to that. Probably didn't put him up to saying those words exactly, but probably, somebody probably put him up to having some kind of dramatic end or whatever. I don't know, but it was just, because we didn't really see what led up to this whole explosion. I mean, she was talking very calmly, and then next thing we know, the edit job had Chris cussing her out, and they skipped everything before that moment. So it's like, I don't even know what to think of that whole situation. You know what I mean? Because they're not showing us the whole story, and it is what it is. But next up is Lee, and she decides, you know what? This ain't for me. I'm self-eliminate. And let me say this. I don't blame Lee a bit for self-eliminating, because Quentin knows it's so open with Janelle. It's ridiculous. She don't want to be second fiddle. And I get that. So instead of facing what could have been considered an obvious elimination because she didn't have no real other connections, maybe, well, can't even say Chris because Chris is gone now. So she probably did the math and said, I'm going to be the next to be eliminated, so I'm just going to self-eliminate myself. I've gone as far as I can in this show, and I'm not going to be eliminated. I'm going to do it myself. So I'm going to meet up with Tommy in this beautiful red dress, and I'm going to go ahead and eliminate myself. I don't blame her a bit. Quentin is a little square to me. I don't believe this guy. I don't understand this guy. Part of me still thinks he's a colorist. You know, but it is what it is. Lee deserved better, and hopefully she will get that. Now let's talk about some predictions. And I listen, I don't know. I ain't got no connects to the own channel. Don't like me, but okay. They trying to get my channel taken. So trust me, I ain't got no inside information, no nothing. I'm just gonna make some predictions that I think will probably happen. Let's start with Janelle and Maurier. I think they're gonna mutually decide, or one of them is going to decide that they're not ready to love, or they're not going to go any further in this process. They're going to get to the end, to the finale, and then they're going to say, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. So I'm counting on them to come to that conclusion at the finale. Don't think that they're going to get together. I don't think let's go to Aries and Phil. I don't think that they're going to continue on in the process either. It's not going to be any celebrations, not going to be anything. Aries is going to say, I'm scared of your career, and I'm out, pretty much. Same thing with Janelle and Quentin. I don't think we're going to have any connections. I think that Janelle and Quentin is going to say, look, I want some babies, and I don't think you can give them to me. I'm not trying to have that many babies. I think we're going to have zero connections this finale. So there you have it with the review. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll really be interested to know. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. All right. And, you know, for whatever else I said, let me know what you think about that. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.